Gary, has a full week on the training ground been just what you've needed after Plymouth on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it has. It's been exactly what we've needed. We've had some long old trips, as you know, us and the supporters that travelled. So it was nice to be able to put in sort of double-ish sessions, certainly double time, on things that we wanted to work on and improve on. And with a bit of luck, that'll show out in our next couple of games. But yeah, the lads have, we've kept them bright. The season's not lost just yet. And I still believe in that this group will be able to win football matches, and more importantly, the only way you win football matches is to score goals. But I think Harry Kane's on a bad spell at the moment, and he's on 20 times more than our boys, so it happens to the best.
Yeah, also had the reserves game against Newport in midweek. How useful has that been for you?
Well, it's only useful in the fact that it got people like Downsy, Munsey, it got them match fitness. I wouldn't say sharpness just yet, because with all due respect to Newport, it was a young team that they brought over. But certainly it's better for them to play against people they don't know. And obviously the people they don't know they've been injured, and they don't mind kicking them, clipping them, challenging them, and all that sort of thing. So you get that benefit if you're coming back from injury, and I think both of them would realise that their injuries have cleared up, which is good. That's the first thing you have to have in your mind, and be confident that any game you play in, your injury's strong.
So Downsy come through it okay, then no sort of side effects afterwards?
No, I think his hair's got a bit darker, maybe that's a side effect. No, it's there's no side effects. No, they both came away with tired, of course. More Munsey because he hadn't done as much training, but no, I think they would both feel that when I'm ready, I'm ready, Gaffer. When you're ready.
And actually, just how good is that to have Jack Munns back in the mix? Because obviously, he can be a provider of quality chances.
Yeah, he can. He got quite a few assists last year, didn't he? And quite a few goals. So that's good to have him in and around the group at the moment. He didn't join us until now, later in the week. So he missed the sort of Monday, Tuesday sessions because of the game that he needed to play in. So, but he's there. He's in the squad at the moment, and whether he starts or whether he's on the bench, we haven't decided yet. But it's good to have somebody that knows our way of playing, that's into our spirit, into our philosophies and all that sort of thing, back fit. So it's another one on the line, you can trust.
And Kyle Storer wasn't risked because of his calf. What's the situation with him at the moment?
Well, the medical team had decided that he probably needs an injection. He's back. He's okay one day, and then the next day he's feeling stiff, and that affects then your hamstrings, etc., etc. So, and his calf. So he's having this injection. It means that he's out. It's like a steroid epidural type injection, and it does work, and it's sort of like you don't like putting things in people's bodies, but at the same time, the medical team believe that he'll come out of it better, quicker. So, but it means that when you have that, a bit like dates, that you have to have a couple of weeks with it to kick in.
While we're talking injuries, everyone else okay?
Yeah, I think so. I can't think of anyone else that's injured right at this minute, as you just thrown the question at me. But no, I think that's it, because I think dates should be very near availability on Saturday. Obviously, you've just said about Munsey, Downsy. So we got 2 or 3 back that are old school, and we need them back.
Newport, is it nearly a derby for you? I mean, it's sort of regional rather than sort of local derby, isn't it?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Listen, we've got to treat it like a very, very important game. So we have to treat it like a derby, whether it is or isn't. probably nearer me in Bristol, and I don't know, but it's nice that we got an away trip that's not very far. That's lovely. That's a great something different for us in away trips. So we know, it's an important game. I think they're 1 point behind us, but with their game being abandoned, they're only played 5. So now we have to treat the game that it's very, very important for us to win, and I'm sure their manager feels the same for them.
And obviously the Rodney Parade pitch has been getting headlines, and they've got 3 teams playing on it this season, although only one so far. And that abandonment on Saturday against Barnet you talk about. I mean, I suppose you'd rather go there now than February, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's good to get the games in of the teams that have got pitches that they're not 100% sure of. So yeah, I mean, we haven't had any rain, I don't think, or not much anyway, since their deluge last Saturday. So it should be just right, I would have thought, this weekend. Just right for them, just right for us. So yeah, you can't afford to get games behind if you can help it. You've got to try and hang on in there and make sure you're there with the crowd, and you don't want to be below halfway and 2 or 3 games behind, because people don't ever mention you got 2 or 3 games in hand when that happens.
Obviously, there's been a lot about not taking chances and sort of not converting chances, not scoring enough goals. I mean, is that something you've been able to put right on the training ground this week?
Well, you can put it right on the training ground quite comfortably. You get the individuals concerned shooting at an empty goal with no goalie. And just say keep sticking it in the back of the net. But it's very difficult to replicate the actual sort of mentality of doing it in a game. And all strikers are the same. If you get one, like Buses, another one will come along pretty soon. It's getting that first one, especially with somebody like Righty that's not been at this level before. But they're working hard. We're sort of 1 or 2 wins away from being where we want to be. If we can get them early, then. And I think I keep saying, I moan about it. Of course I do, because it's goals that win games, and when you don't score, you have to say, look, be honest with everybody and say, look, we didn't score any of our chances. But hopefully we will, because it's not about this level, it's about human nature, and that's what happens. And I'm sure when one of them gets one, then they'll go on a little bit of a run.
And obviously you had a look at Ben Kalambe in the reserve game on Tuesday. What's the situation with him?
Well, Ben, we're just giving him a few extra days. We said that he hadn't played anywhere for quite a long time. He'd come over on these UK trials that we saw him in, and his brother spoke to us and said, please have a look at him, which we did. And but he's not ready yet. So we're seeing over these next few days whether his quality can get a fitness in time, but we have to judge that in the next few days, and really that's what we're doing. But he's a great kid. It's a good system that they've got, this company, UK Trials, is that what they call them?
UK Football Trials.
Yeah, UK Football Trials, and they do well, bringing a lot of kids from all over the world into the UK. Pete's done a bit of work for them as well, and I think Ashley Hopkins has done a bit of work, so we know it well. And if there is a little gem somewhere out there, then they try and bring them across. And yeah, it's been good, and he's close. Whatever happens, he's close. But it'll be the fitness for him, because he hasn't played regular football for some time due to a knee problem that he had that he's now recovered from.